You are listening to the Daily Gospel Reflections with Sister Cloth. This podcast is brought to you by the Paulines Multimedia. It is our mission to bring the Word of God to all peoples through sounds and images, voices, and music. Come and join us as we share with you a thought a day. Our reading for today is taken from the Gospel according to St. Mark, chapter 9, verses 30 to 37. Jesus and his disciples left from there and began a journey through Galilee. But he did not wish anyone to know about it. He was teaching his disciples and telling them, "The Son of Man is to be handed over to men, and they will kill him. And 3 days after his death, the Son of Man will rise." But they did not understand the saying, and they were afraid to question him. They came to Capernaum, and once inside the house, he began to ask them, "What were you arguing about on the way?" But they remained silent. They had been discussing among themselves on the way who was the greatest. Then he sat down, called the 12, and said to them, "If anyone wishes to be first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all." Taking a child, he placed it in their midst, and putting his arms around it, he said to them, "Whoever receives one child such as this in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives not me, but the one who sent me." Hi there, let's enjoy the peace and quiet of this beautiful Sunday. Today's reading makes me imagine Jesus talking to a brick wall. The disciples heard what he was telling them about the betrayal, the impending death, and the resurrection of the Son of Man after he is killed. Maybe they did not really understand what he was saying, but were they really listening to him for Christ's sake? No, they were listening to their inner voices, to their worldly ambitions, to their burning desire for greatness, and leaving Jesus alone with his impending sorrows. It is said that in 2021, suicide was the second leading cause of death among individuals between the ages of 10 to 14 and 25 to 34, the third leading cause of death among individuals between the ages of 15 to 24, and the fifth leading causes of death among the individuals being, or rather, between the ages of 35 and 44. Years back, one football player in Ohio who attempted suicide said, "This is not an issue reserved for the far and away. It is in our homes. It is in our conversations. It is in the people we love." True, we don't have to look outside of our country, of our homes, and even outside of our acquaintances. Just right here in our country, the problem of suicide among young learners is alarming. According to the latest figures from the Department of Education, 404 students died by suicide during the 21 to 2022 school year, with a staggering 2,147 attempting suicide during the same period. One psychiatrist said, and I quote, "The things that make them vulnerable are where they stand socially and where they stand developmentally." The apathy and the indifference of the disciples in today's reading draw out one crucial question which today's gospel power reflection of Sister Bernie tries to underline. Had the disciples paid attention to Jesus, Despite the vagueness of his words, would they have abandoned him on Calvary to face his death alone? Of course, Jesus did not resent the betrayal and abandonment of his people. He freely gave up his life for the love of us. His was not a suicide but a sacrificial offering to redeem us from our sinfulness. If we were to turn back our attention to those people who have become part of our lives once and unfortunately committed suicide, could we say in all honesty that we did not have anything to do with them? Or could we at least admit that there was never a moment when we tried to reach out to them because we were just too busy with our concerns? Be with us again tomorrow as we share with you a thought a day. Meanwhile, you can follow us and listen to other Apple and Google podcasts on Spotify, produced by Paulines Multimedia. Have a good day.